Alright, I have returned. And I wonder if what's going on here is why things are a little bit confused. So let's see. Can we change this now without affecting the others? Yay! Alright. What about you? Make unique. 10, 100, 10, 100. Okay. So I wonder if part of the issue has just been these things had not been positioned the way I thought. You know, let me just, first of all, let me leave these visible. Now let's put a little test surface here so we can have a color. Let's do like this color. Cool. Copy. Can I just click load? Now then I have to save it. Paste. Like, the point of these is to not to be visible, but I do want to see them while I'm debugging things, because I suspect that has been part of our issue. Also, let's bump the Y value ever so slightly. The other, yeah, that way. Just something so that it's a little bit more obvious. Okay, so if we restart the game, can we please just have this work? I mean, I know it works here. We know this is fine. Now, what we would expect is zombies only spawn in the magenta area. One is there, 2 is there, 3 is there. Yay! Okay. Looking good. So I assume there's something where we are not doing some kind of right. So the areas themselves were being rotated, and we were missing some kind of transformation on the coordinates that is no longer necessary because the meshes themselves are not rotated. All right. Cool. Excuse me. All right. So let us save our progress. Yep. Basically that. Oof. That was a lot of work to be able to check that box off. And we added trees, but we haven't added rocks. Do I care about rocks at this point? Shall we make some rock models? Is that the most important thing to do right now? Let's do additional texture for Survivor, because I think we have some that we got from our so the models for the survivors and zombies came from a from opengameart.org, and so that's what we're using here. And we have survivor female A, survivor male B. There should be other ones. Let me go see if I can find the zip file. Downloads, open game art. Here we go. Bring this down here. Animated characters. Any animated characters that zip? Skins. Oh, okay. So it's just female A survivor, female A and male B. Okay. And there's a couple of zombie varieties as well. So at some point I will have to do actual character art because we will need, I think I feel like for this, there's not going to, like, none of the scenarios that I have planned right now will have like dozens of survivors. That's a bit too big scale, but maybe like 6, 8. So I'll have to think about, we'll have to do skins. We'll have to do like 6 or 8 different skins. The zombies, it's fine if they basically look the same. We do need to have some variety, so we'll have to do that too. But that will be not today. That's a bit much for what I want to bite off today. But for the survivors, I think what I'll do is we're gonna delete Survivor 2 or Survivor 3. Survivor 2, I think what I want to do here is I want to make this so that I can change the skin. Right, so we have character medium, and they have this material with the skin. Oh, right, game's still running. Let's just stop it. So we already have a script here. I guess what I can do is I can let's edit the script, and we're going to add some things. So one, we're going to add mesh, so that we don't have to bake in the path. Do I care about that? It's fine. I'm just going to do that. And then export var texture. Point value. And then on ready, what we want to do is we want to say add texture to mesh. Yeah, that. I can do that. Yeah, no. What do I want to say here? That's fine. Let's do that. If texture and mesh get active material is I don't want to do all that. I do like this condition. And we just say yeah, just do that. Right? So then what I want to do is I want to is it a material? Did we just make the material for one of these? Yeah, can I just duplicate? And we'll call this survivor female A. And then we change the texture here. Okay. And then that means I'm changing this, because what we're going to do is we're going to say skin material. There we go. And then if skin material and mesh, set surface override material to be skin material. Okay. And then on the character, we're going to go ahead and clear that. And on target, we're going to drop in nothing by default. And in the scenario, now we have some creepy dudes. No. Then we can take the material here and the material here. That's fine. Like, is there... I guess if I added the tool annotation to make it so that things happen in the editor, right? Just thinking about like being able to see. Oh yeah, we have to fix this guy as well. Let's do that. So target here should have that material. It's not gonna update here because it only happens on ready. Nope, still broken. Okay, why didn't that work? If skin material and mesh. Oh, but it's not mesh instance 3D. It's character medium. Boop, 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 boop. Character medium. Yeah, reload. So everything should look just as it was before. Yeah, there you go. There's your guy. And we finish this level, and we go to the next level. And we got characters. Did I close that folder? Oh, there it is. Okay, so here's that zip file. No skins. Okay. And we have some SVG. So theoretically, we could kind of just like fork these and make varieties. So that's cool. It's nice of them. I wonder, what does this look like? Oh, that was a mistake. Can you open with Inkscape? Okay, that is not what I guess. I don't know why I was expecting anything different. Okay, interesting. You could probably figure out how to do something with that. I might just do some stuff in Blender instead and do some like texture painting there. All right, zombies, get out of here. Okay, so yeah. Add additional texture for survivors. I have technically done that, in that we can now just drop in a material that has the skin, and that'll make it easier for building levels. Add trees and rocks to scenario 2 scene. Okay. Do we how do we feel about lighting? I feel like the lighting's fine as it is. So back to scenario 2. Let's hide the spawn surfaces. There we go. Shall we add some rocks? I have to reopen Blender. Bring this down here. Do I guess I can create a scene with just like a grid of different rock varieties and then import that. Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna make like separate blend files with like one rock in it. Let's not. Let's just not. Okay, so top down again. So last stream, what did I do? I was trying to hit Shift 8, but my keyboard must have been in a mode and I didn't realize it. Last stream though, we found rock generator. So let's make some rocks. So let's make scale displacement textures with dimensions. Deformation. Okay, random seed, roughness, smoothness. So you can make like 10 different kinds. It'd be nice if I could like see them all instead of them stacking one on top of each other. Let's do like 20 different kinds. Great. Can we do maybe 2 meters apart? We'll have to scale everything anyway, I think. I mean, stuff like this is tedious, but way less tedious than having to create the rocks one at a time by hand. I mean, I guess I would start with just subdivided cube and then randomly move things around on each one over and over again 20 times. Okay. How do we feel about that? I mean, I guess for the sake of... Did I move oh, I did. Somehow my click moved multiple things. Are there more rocks in here? Ah. Alright, how do we feel about our rock collection? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 18, 20. Okay. This one's kind of weird. I might make you flatter. And then I would imagine at some point when we get to like another, if we do more levels of detail, of kind of like refinement of these scenes, some of this will be texture on the ground that will give some like little sense of like little pebbles and rocks and, you know, grass and something appropriate for the scene. So we're gonna call this rock collection. That enter did not do what I thought it was going to do. Save that file. There you go. And close. Okay, I definitely am going to add just a node 3D that's going to be trees, because I don't feel like scrolling so much. There we go. That's good. And then we grab our rock collection. And we drop that into, oh, that didn't work. Drop that into the scene. They're not textured. I could texture them. Let's, on second thought, let's open Blender after all. Blender. Let's give them a little bit of texture. A little material. New rock. Cool. And what color is a rock? Kind of a grayish. Turn saturation down. Shift that hue to be a little redder. A little darker, a little less saturation. Much darker. I don't know. What does this look like? Yeah, that's rock-ish. Can you... let's see. This is something I learned the other day. I think last stream, or the stream before. First of all, shade smooth. Yes. Object. Link transfer data. Link materials. There we go. They're kind of shiny. I don't know that they should be so shiny. So let's what does IOR do? Ooh. So and we can do stuff with more complex textures where we do things where, oh, they have little speckles and like the rocks is made up of multiple things, and so you have some variation. Roughness. Ooh. Ooh. I mean, that's not what I'm going for, but that's cool. Very rough. Metallic? What does that do? Ooh. Not sure. Subsurface? Wait. Compiling shader. Okay, well, we'll be here for a second. Compiling shaders, one remaining. I can't. I don't even see my cursor. Okay, well, we're here until it's done. Okay, what did that do? Is it gonna do that every time I change? Blender's still frozen. Okay. There we go. All right. So what did that do though? Did that do anything? I don't know. Coat, sheen, emission, thin film. This is very cool. All right. Anyway, it's a rock. And it gets re-imported, and then we have a bunch of rocks. And then go ahead and make editable children. And then we can just like scatter rocks. We should be able to like duplicate them and all sorts of things. And that's kind of good the way the rocks are placed because they're just like kind of embedded in the ground. Let's do like a top-down view, and we'll just like randomly move rocks here and there. And just giving a little ambiance, a little you know, a little something of interest on the ground amongst the trees. And this is less about getting the perfect thing and more of kind of like demonstrating doing it to myself. Of like, oh, this is what this looks like. This is the work involved. What do I need to do to go from here? Can we select that rock? No. Can I? There we go. I'm gonna say, could I box select it? Yes. Is there a use snap, use local space, transform dialog. Huh. I was thinking in I've been doing stuff in Inkscape recently, and there are some nice tools for like scattering and lining up and arranging things. Something like that would be handy here. I should just grab the little square, the little green square, because then I can transform into like along the plane, right? So what does that look like? A scattering of rocks. We still have a few that are not part of the campfire, but are just kind of here. Make it tell a story. This part of the campfire? Yeah, it's darker because it's right next to the fire, I guess. That one's not part of the campfire. You can also rotate them. There we go. So if I select all of these, does that make it easier to see where they are? Yeah. Okay. So what does this look like? Yeah. I do need to figure out what's going on with the resumption of the save file, because that's not right. It's not a lot. That, yeah, like this should have stayed. Maybe I didn't finish the level when I unlocked that, but one of the ideas is that you unlock the tech and it's part of your save. Like, I know, like, the whole point of this game is, like, it's a tower defense game, and we've not spent a lot of time actually making towers or defenses as part of this. Well, we will. So I think what I'll have to do when we actually do graphics for like the turrets and things that hit the zombies at range, I will have to make it so that they are tall enough that it visually makes sense that if you have like a pile of boxes here as a defense, it can like shoot the zombie over it. It's interesting. Why? So this should be shooting these guys? Why isn't it? Okay, it's pretty tight range. So I think that's fine. Now, what should be happening here is there is a path that they could walk, I think. Like, this guy found it. So I don't know why they aren't. Lots of opportunities to refine pathing and restrictions on placement, I think, as well. And of course, the zombies just need to be faster. I think that'll cover up a lot of sins if the zombies just can move faster. Shall we do that now? Can we just make the zombies faster? Just in general. We have a whole system for managing configuration of enemies. So like there's a basic zombie.tres file, and he has a speed, and his speed will now be 5. And his damage amount will be 1 is fine. Honestly, the survivors, do we let's just configure heal here, right? Health. Let's decrease their health to like 5. If the zombies are doing 1 point of damage, then maybe their health should only be 5. And then restart. And what does this look like? What does this look like when the zombies are much faster? That's not much faster. Oh, it's this is a big one. Here's the slow one. Okay, so 1. They both need to be way faster. So like let's make this double that. And the slightly bigger zombie speed can be 7, just slightly slower. What does that look like? Okay. Slightly harder to click to hit for the small ones. And then if we accelerate time here, here they come. So one thing right now is you can go to the text tree, you can unlock stuff while being paused, but you can't change the hotbar. Like this probably shouldn't hover over. You have to be unpaused to do things. Sorry, I got so distracted by playing the game. You have to, yeah, cool. You have to be on pause to set the hotbar. Okay, so I need to figure out how the targeting works for... okay, so let's close this. Let's save what we have so far. Then I need to figure out what's going on with the targeting of the enemies. Yeah, so let's save all of the kind of model stuff. And then update the enemy types for speed. Yep. So the enemy script. How does it work? There is a choose target function, which I'm going to assume is what gets used. It looks at the scene tree and finds nodes in the group target group. And, oh, it just picks the first one. So this should be like, not find, pick random. That would be good. Okay. So I'm just going to assume that works. I am going to keep the to-do here for implement logic to choose a target based on some criteria. Like, we probably want it to maybe chase some survivors over others preferentially, maybe? I don't know. What else did we need to do? So we added trees and rocks. So this is all of the to-do. These are all the things that we said we wanted to do last Sunday. So what have we done? We've created the scene file, designed circular arena layout, sort of, central campfire, survivors, spawn areas, natural obstacles. I think the trees are obstacles. I haven't seen zombies walking through them. Configure wave spawning, 5 to 7 waves total, mix, increasing difficulty per wave. Yeah, we can add more waves. Let's look at that. So spawner. So we have 2 waves here. So the first wave is just like 10 basic zombies, and then 3 slightly bigger zombies, and then we can do paste. Why is it copying that? Copy. Paste. Okay, cool. So wave 3. Duration 30 seconds. Max enemies 10. Enemy types, it'll just be, let's do basic and slightly bigger zombies. And we'll do like 30 and 5. But it'll be a slightly longer spawn interval. And then this one will be just the bigger zombies with a slightly longer, a shorter spawn interval. With we'll target 10. 5. Yes. Okay, so that's 4 waves. I think what I'll do, I'll add a 5th wave as kind of a placeholder, and what we'll do is we'll say this is the boss wave. We don't have a boss zombie yet, but we can imagine. There's just one with no delay. Okay, and I can name all the waves, and we'll I think there's going to be iterations of like refinement of the levels and how all this stuff works. Set environment lighting for nighttime, campfire atmosphere. I think we did that. We got that. Add scenario specific audio, correctly fire ambient sound. So I just ended up doing that by adding a node that plays on the SFX bus. I think one of the things I was considering doing was having some fancier audio management setup, but I think this is fine. Configure wind conditions. So let's play this through. And what happens if everyone dies? Let's get to the next level. Now let's just let everyone die. In fact, let's go faster. We'll make that happen fast. So all the survivors are no more, but we didn't hit. Oh, right, because the survivor count is 2. Whoopsie. Should we, instead of having that as a thing we have to set, should we make that so that's auto-calculated based on the number of survivor nodes in this tree? Just so I don't make that mistake ever again. I think maybe so. So in scenario.gd, hold on, let me commit this change. Actually, no, I don't want to, because we're going to do something else. So we won't export survivor count. We are going to just have that internally. Count the number of survivors at start. Yep. And so that's not the right group though, right? So if we look at our survivor node, they're in a group called targets. So if we reload, here's a question. Do we see that log message? Where would that be? Scenario started with 1 survivor. Okay, great. So resume. Let me take out the zombies. And then we start the next level. Started with 2 survivors. Okay, so what happens if everyone dies? Game over. Return to menu. Okay, great. One last thing to test. So also you can't click on the zombies while the game is paused, and you can't interact with the hotbar either while the game is paused. So what we want to do is we want to very quickly okay, it seems like they all chose this guy, so we'll let this guy die. Did they both die immediately? Whoops. I guess we do actually need to survive all the waves. Oh, I'm out of scrap. Go faster. So yeah, you can see took 1 health away from the guy. Okay. Yeah, that guy's gonna die, right? He's down to like 2 health. It'd be nice if that was a little bit more visible. We should make it so the health bar is something that stays roughly at the same size. In fact, let me boop, 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 chat. Can you open the bug in the issue and GitHub? The health bar should be the same size regardless of the camera zoom so that it's legible. Legible at max zoom. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so continuing on. What wave were we on? Yeah, I think this will be much more interesting with actual turrets that are like moving and aiming, so you know what's going on, and with a sense of what their range is. So this is wave 3, 35 enemies to spawn. The turrets do have like a cooldown as well, so they can be overwhelmed. But it's not visually obvious what's going on here. Also, I think I need to do something about having like multiple spawns at the same time, because right now it is kind of serial, which makes it a little too easy. Okay, that's wave 3. Wave 4 is how many enemies? 10 enemies. Okay, that's nice though. The cooldown between spawns is much lower here, so that they spawn in much more quickly. Okay, so now it's just the boss. So we'll let this guy die. Okay. There we go. And we won with 1 survivor. So. Hooray. Just like testing that if you win with a single survivor, you win. Or if you get to the end and you have a single survivor, you defeat all the zombies, that's a win. That's what we want. At some point, I'll probably want things where you have to have a minimum number of survivors, but we're not doing that now. Test scenario completion and progression unlocked to level 3. Yeah. Add scenario metadata. So yeah, let's stop this. Save. So yeah. Here is what I have. So I have the GitHub MCP server set up. So it will, with my request, my prompt that I wrote, it'll go and create an issue in the project with the title and description, and it will follow the template and add labels, and so I'll allow that. Okay. Can you add that to the phase 3 milestone? I don't think that's gonna work, but you can try. Oh, I do have the GitHub. I must have installed the GitHub CLI. That's right. I think I did that the other day. And then I don't know if that was any faster than me just going over to GitHub and clicking. If I had this to auto approve a lot of these requests, then maybe that would have been faster. But maybe I don't want to have it be able to run all those things without being reviewing it. Refactor survivor count initialization line number. Okay, great. And then, so in scenario 2, actually probably easier to look at it here in the inspector. Scenario 2. One thing that I wanted to do is that right now, how are we on time? Okay. Let me snooze ads a little bit. So right now, the way we have information about scenarios is we have a... Is it in this file? There's a dictionary somewhere. Oh, I think scenario manager? Yeah. So there's this dictionary. And in the dictionary, we have scenario 1, scenario 2, scenario 3, scenario 4. I think it would be nice if when the game loaded, it would scan, like a lot of the other things, if it would just scan. Oh, I remember this. I actually... it took me so long to... Yeah, so I had worked on this before last week. And if I want to have one place where the stuff is... Probably the ideal place is in the scenario itself, in the TSC and the scene file. But then, for the game to scan that, it has to load the scene files, which we could do. I just didn't really like. You have to load all the scene files, and then I guess you would unload them. You probably wouldn't want to keep them loaded, but there's not a good like parse to extract information without loading the whole scene, unless you do just a really simple like parse it as text with regex or something. So hey Brainless, hello, good morning, how's it going? So I think I decided I was not going to do that for now, that I was just going to have the dictionary here, and I think at some point, if we cross this threshold where there's so much data that we need to keep track of per scenario, then maybe I'll have like a resource file that then links to the scenario scene file and have that information there. But for now, I think, you know, this is fine. Yeah, a new look indeed. I decided that, so for the emotes, I'm going to keep the chibi Sabin emotes, you know, the Sabin love, all of these, which I like. But for kind of my persona on stream, I thought it might be better to just be a little bit more aged up. So I switched this out this morning. I've been working on some art with some help from ChatGPT. And yeah, so I think I still need to update the profile on YouTube, but I'll probably wait a week or two. We gotta catch up with the stream VODs there. Oh, hey, Brainless, let me share something with you. I posted a thing in Discord that I'm sure you didn't see, but it's now changed because I'm doing this kind of change in look, as you said. So I'm working on a calendar. Sounds very likely. I'm working on a calendar, a stream calendar for December for my plans for stream. And so I think this is what I'm going to go with, and I will be posting this later. I'm just kind of like, I want to sleep on it a little bit more, but this is it. So we're going to have a lot of streams in December, starting just after Thanksgiving, that weekend. So a stream every day is the goal. Some days, basically Wednesdays we'll have 2 streams is the plan right now. So we'll do like coding in the morning and then gaming in the evening. And then for Christmas, we'll do double stream days, and we'll do a long stream for New Year's Eve. So this is kind of what I'm thinking. And I know we're a couple weeks out still, but I figured I'd put this together. So, yeah. This will be official once I post it in the Discord. But you'll plant the seed in my brain. Okay. Whiskerwood. What is Whiskerwood? Okay, so coding wise for today, I think we're done with this. We've checked off all the boxes. Oh, I got stuff in the way of my other screen. You're addicted already. Whisker. You know, Hisker would save 20% on Steam. Oh, look at that. Early access. It's mice. Okay, Overlords. City Builder. Okay. Interesting. Another single player game. Interesting they have a demo. Okay, so let me move this over to my other move to default. There we go. You bought it 2 days ago, 20 hours already. All right. You're liking it then. Okay, so did I commit all the changes? I'm going to push this up, and we're going to get this code merged in. And I think we are, for now, done with level 2. Like I said earlier, it's going to be like, we're going to go back through and make additional passes and refine and tweak and add. And we need to add additional enemy types. So that, like, that task will be a thing where we are going to probably go back to this level and add that detail. You might miss the streams on the week of the 8th of December, be on vacation. Nice. Well, I hope you have a good vacation. You work too much, brainless. All right. So for now, though, we are going to find something to write.